Shalom. So, everybody, for being here with Ancient Hebrew with Chris Adams. Today's segment is going to be Har of Yahuwah. Har of Yahuwah. Har is the word for mountain. The mountain of Yahuwah. So I want to start out in the Shemot, in the book of Exodus, with Moshe. If you would, I'm going to be reading a little bit out of the chapter 3 and verse 1. I've only got a 15-minute window, so we're going to make this sweet and in depth. So it says, Now Moshe was tending the flock of Yethro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian. And he led the flock to the back of the desert and came to Horeb, in the mountain of Yahuwah. And the angel of Yahuwah appeared to him in a flame of fire from the midst of the bush. If you take the letter Shin, which is another meaning, the symbol and word for fire, and you insert it in the middle of the name Yahuwah, you get Yahusha. It says, So he looked, and behold, the bush was burning with fire, but the bush was not consumed. Shin is another word for consumed. And the letter Mem for a met, the Aleph Mem Ta. And the bush represents the Ta, and the spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh. And so he's speaking and he's seeing the word truth right here. The very beginning, the middle, and the last letters in the Hebrew alphabet. Then Moshe said, I will now turn aside and see this great sight, while the bush does not burn. So when Yahuwah saw that he turned aside to look, Yahuwah called him from the midst of the bush and said, Moshe, Moshe. And Moshe said, Here I am. Then he said, Do not draw near this place. Take your sandals off your feet, for this place that you stand on is Kadesh. It's separated. Because the Ruach HaKodesh, Yahusha, is there. He is a separated, and his name is separated. And this whole separation was on this Har. It was on this mountain. And Moshe was separated from the Yashraelites. And he was called up on top of this Har, this mountain. And Yahuwah said, I have surely seen the oppression of my people who are in Egypt, and have heard their cry before their taskmakers, for I know their sorrows. So I have come down to shua them. I've come down to deliver. And the word shua also, it means to cry out. Shua, it's all in his name. You see, Yah brings his shua with him. And our cries bring shua of Yah to us. So I've come down to deliver them out of the hands of the Egyptians and to bring them from that land to a good, large land, to a land flowing with milk and honey, to a place of the Canaanites and the Hittites and the Amorites and the Pezerites and the Hivites and the Jebusites. Because he's fixing to nail all this down. And he's fixing to nail and pin these people down to a place where the Yashraelites are redeemed. He's going to give them the promises. Now therefore, behold, there's the letter Hey, the first letter in the mountain, the first letter in the word Har. the hay. Behold, he's revealing who he is on this mountain. The cry of the children of Yashriel has come to me, and I have also seen the oppression of which the Egyptian oppressed them. Come now, therefore, and I will send you to Pharaoh, that you may bring my people, the children of Yashriel, out of Egypt. But Moshe said to Yahuwah, who am I that I should go to Pharaoh, and that I should bring the children of Yashriel out of Egypt? You see, a lot of people don't understand. Moshe just wasn't just a Hebrew slave in Egypt. He wasn't just the normal person there. We all know that the Moshe floated in a basket, and this basket was pitched within and without, and it's a type of, just like the Ark of the Covenant. It was pitched within and out, the inside and the outside, and it was in the river. You see, but Moshe's mother got to raise him inside Pharaoh's home. Now, Pharaoh was an easy way, was a secret brotherhood like we have today. But he was like the Illuminati, and he was of the top of the Illuminati. Matter of fact, the worship of Isis was there so strong and so many teachings that when he came through with the word of Yahuwah, that's who he went up against. You see, I'll do another segment on a little bit more of this, but I want us to concentrate on why he brought him to the top of Hor, of the Har. Then Moses said to Yahuwah, indeed, when I come to the children of Israel and say to them, Yahuwah your fathers has sent me to you, and they say to me, what is his name? Because it wasn't that he didn't know his name. You see, he was being shown by the alphabet in the picture language. This is very crucial. This is something that you really need to get in here and understand this. It's very important, because when I'm reading through this and I'm pulling these words out, if you don't know this Hebrew alphabet by picture language and the meanings and the 5 meanings and things, you're going to miss the whole thing. And so if you want your faith built up, that's what I teach here. I teach a way to build your faith up that you won't compromise. And nobody else's lies and teachings in their books and things and all this can get in your way. This is solid foundation. This is solid proof. You can't get no further back than this, because this is in the mind of Yeshua. This is his thoughts and his plans of creation before he spoke in the All-Main. Let's get into this other segment, because let me break some words down. Let me get my glasses back on. The word Har. The word Har is spelt with Hay and Resh. And Hay is the word behold or revealed. And it's the picture of a man standing with his hands up. He's giving praise and he's giving worship. As a matter of fact, he's giving his full attention. He's given Yahuwah everything that he desires from us. In a special moment, he's been separated and he's been called to this place. And the second letter, because there's only 2 letters in the word Har, it's the word Resh. In the picture language, it's the head of a man, and it means first. You see, here he was standing before the first, and it was being revealed to him who he was. And there's all these letters in this alphabet that are physical. And Moshe knew what these letters were, because during these time, the only alphabet that there was picture language. A lot of people don't know and understand that either. I hear a lot of people talk about, well, that was the paleo, and that was. Let me get down in here a little bit further. Even if there was some forms of paleo, they still knew the Aleph Beit picture language. Because even in Egypt, there was hologlyphs. And they were still using pictures for a language. And when you study this far back, if you don't know picture language, you won't know what's going on in these books and these teachings. If I was to show you pictures of hologlyphs in Egypt, you wouldn't know what none of them were, unless if you studied those. Then you could read the writings on the wall. The writing on the wall. You remember Yahuwah, he wrote with his own finger. And it's the same thing these Egyptians were doing. They were writing with their fingers on their walls. You need to understand why some of these pictures were written on the walls and why Yahuwah came in and he put his own finger on some walls and did his own writings. But 2025. Let me say. Right, let's see. Har. It's a mountain range. It's a hill in a country. It is of a mountain. It's the name of a peak. It's a region. Another word for region is Hara. Hey, Resh. Aloof. So you have, behold, the first and the Rach standing before you in this region. And then we have Harel. And Harel is the Mount of Yahuwah. It's the altar of the burnt offering. Let me go to 739. 739 is Ara. And Ara means to assemble or to pluck. And Ara is spelled Aleph Resh, Resh. And he's fixing to pluck the children of Yashriel out of Pharaoh's hands. And so we have a Aleph, which is the rock, and a Resh, which is the head, and another Resh, which is the head of Egypt. Ara. And when he's going to pluck these Yashrielites out of the hand of Moshe, he's going to use him in there. And he's going to give him some words, and he's going to give Aaron some words. And by their hands and their mouths of Yahuwah's hand is he going to pluck them out. Ariel. It's another name. It means a symbol. It's used for Yahusha. It's Aleph Resh Yod Hey. The rock, the first Yahushua. The Yod by his hand. The letter Hey. He's revealing to Moshe what he's fixing to do. But there's another, go a little bit further here. There's another word for lion. The lion of Yahuwah. And it's in 410. 410 is the word El. 739. Ariel from 738. The lion of Yahuwah. The lion of Yehuda. Yahushua.